You're tuning in to the Black Hollywood Live Network, featuring news, interviews, and commentary on all things Black Hollywood. Hollywood redefined. From Los Angeles, California, presented by Maria Menounos and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies. This is Black Hollywood Live. Next, featuring intimate and in-depth interviews with Black Hollywood's next edition of stars and influencers. Black Hollywood Live. Hollywood redefined.
You're listening to Black Hollywood Live.
And now, the host for Black Hollywood Live, next.
We've been jamming. You guys have missed out a little bit. Hey everyone, it's your host Stacy Ike, and we're here for another episode of Next. And this one I'm super excited of because yesterday I did Blackish, and so we're here with Yara Shahidi. What's up, girl? Right, hey. Precious. And we're here for an interview with her to talk about everything that is Blackish. So what's up, girlie? How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, good. We had our little dance moves. So we got the music. Work, up, down. And then Steven's like, all right, we're done. Oh, no, thanks for the music. Right.
Yes.
What? Everybody. So tell me what last night was like, girl. As far as I can see, there were 10 million views. What was that like?
That was so surreal because I've been on shows before and it's been a lot of fun, but this is the first show where there's been so much press on it.
Right.
And so to see everybody's response, and all of the responses that I've gotten are been pretty positive.
Yeah.
So I was like stretching my thumbs on Twitter last night because I did a lot of live tweeting, but it was great to see the outcome and see how many people responded positively.
Right. Did you have any favorite things on Twitter? Anybody responding, saying things about specific scenes or anything?
Well, a lot of people were quoting it. I think Fee Hawking It was one that I saw because Junior played field hockey. I think that was one of my favorites.
That's
and then
really
a lot of hashtag omnicolored. I think those were my two favorite hashtags.
That's fun. I definitely, while we were watching it, we were kind of translating with each other about things that we could relate to the most, because it's hilarious how on the Blackish panel here, it's for Black women. So all of us are like, oh my God, my dad used to say that, or my dad used to do that, or I definitely act like that at 14 because you had your cell phone the entire time.
Yep.
And I definitely had some laughs on that. So that's awesome. Congratulations.
Thank you.
No problem. So now we get into a little bit about you. Okay, so I know you're the oldest, and so am I.
Yes.
What is that like?
Well, on the show or in real life?
Right. Well, actually, you're right. Okay, so I would say in real life first, because your brother's also, he's a rising star as well.
So I have two younger brothers. I have an 11-year-old brother and a 6-year-old brother, and they're craziness. They're absolutely hilarious. It's like a little comedy show of my own that I get to watch all the time. But I like being the older sister.
Cool.
I think the only thing is that means that they get to climb on me and all sorts of stuff. So my little brother last night was like, oh my gosh, Yara, you're on TV, and then ran up and then jumped into my arms.
So they get to be just as excited. That's awesome. Do they ever, I know they're both kind of in the industry as well, are they ever asking you for advice? Are they too young for that? Are they still?
No, I know definitely my 11-year-old brother will definitely go through scripts together, all sorts of stuff like that, because we're very supportive of each other's opportunities. So it's like, oh cool, you got that, great, so let's go through and let's look at the context, let's do da-da-da. It's like a little activity for us.
That's really fun. So okay, you have 3 rising stars in the exact same family. What are your parents thinking, or what are the rules? I mean, yes, you guys are in the industry, but are they still at lights out at 9? Like, how does that work?
I think it's more of just making sure that we stay grounded. So they're really making sure that we're in school activities, all sorts of stuff like that, that we get to travel and experience life still, that this doesn't become our one thing in life. So education is definitely important. Homework has to be done.
Right, before we hit the set.
Grades first. It's not like if you get a low grade, that does not give you the privilege to then go audition for something.
That's so funny.
But luckily it's the same values that I share, so I really like my academics.
Cool, cool. I know I saw you tweet after the show, you said right back to AP or something. Was it AP Economics? Or
AP European History.
That was hilarious. I said, this girl got to go to school after. We're all hanging out, tweeting about it. So what's it like balancing school and your career?
Well, luckily everybody's pretty supportive. I go to a school and all the teachers are really supportive and help me out, let me turn in assignments and just make sure that I get all the information that I need. And then everybody on set is great. They know Yara needs to get her school done. There's no happy Yara unless she has her school handled first.
That's cool.
So luckily I've been able to balance the two pretty well.
Do you play any sports or activities in school?
Now I need to get more physically active. I'm on the speech and debate team. I'm on the speech and debate team.
Cool.
And I've actually taken karate for 7 years.
Yeah,
so I'm a black belt.
Stop it. Wow, I'm a little embarrassed right now because I didn't even make it that far. Wow, that's awesome. So how has that helped in just your personality and kind of keeping grounded? Karate is such an awesome, thing to have under your belt.
Well, I do Tung Sudo, and a lot of it is just making sure that you stay disciplined, show respect, everything like that. And then understanding your own strength and who you are as a person so that you can react in relationship to other people without reacting inappropriately or feeling like, oh no, I can punch you anytime.
Right,
It's like,
right.
It's feeling very comfortable with who you are. So I know it's definitely helped me like create my own unique persona, I guess.
That's cool. And then you mentioned speech and debate. So do you have a specific topic you get really passionate about?
I'm a really passionate duo debater. When I have a partner, it gets real.
Ooh, okay.
Well, topics change every single month.
Sure.
But what was the last one? I think compulsory voting was like the last thing we had debated about. I don't even remember the argument because you have to debate both affirmative and negative. But it got really real because then I got really into it.
How old is everyone? They're all
high school.
talking about voting. Wow.
Yeah, freshmen to seniors. So I know my first debate was against juniors and it was really intimidating. But then we got our groove and then me and my partner killed it.
That's awesome. Okay, so well, I need to make sure that I'm calm and collected when I'm debating with you then, and pretty much everyone on Twitter can relax. So, what did you do yesterday to celebrate? How was it watching it live?
Well, first we went Marcus, who plays Junior,
Right.
Andre Jr. on the show.
Right.
He had this little gathering, and it was really cool. It was this like back room in a restaurant. And it was really nice, and we projected Blackish, and there was a cake that said like "Congratulations, Marcus" with this huge Blackish picture on it.
So fun.
It was super cool. But then a lot of people came, and we just sat around and watched it with friends and family.
Yeah. Was there any scenes that you remembered while watching it that were way too funny to tape, or way too funny, like too sad, too hard, or that it took y'all like multiple takes to actually get out?
The family meeting, by far. The family meeting was really hard because that was a lot of ad-libbing. And so
Interesting. Okay.
I think he says from here to fourth. No one expected that.
That is, I definitely remember that. And it was like, I thought it was supposed to say henceforth, but he definitely didn't.
I know. He was like, from here to fourth. And then all of a sudden, every single one of us start breaking out into laughter. And then the bro mitzvah. Everybody was aggressive because there was donuts. There were donuts and there was a chocolate fountain.
Stop.
You couldn't see it.
You really couldn't.
But it was in the back. And there was one scene where they just let everybody just go in and grab whatever they wanted. I had chocolate on my sweater, marshmallow on the side of my face. Like, it was a lot of cleanup.
That is really, really funny. Okay, so we have this star cast. This is awesome. We have two people, that everyone, we have Anthony Anderson and Tracy Ellis Ross that people are obsessed over. They've been in the business for so long. What is it like working with them and being their child on the show?
I think it's really great because they've really taught me a lot just with comedy in general and just being able to stay in the moment and understand and respond to all their ad-libs and stuff. And it's been a great experience to learn from them and watch them work. It's crazy.
That's awesome. So with the show, is there anyone that you would want to guest star?
I haven't thought about that.
Isn't that interesting? I was like thinking, I'm like, who would be like just a fun guest star? I don't know. What would you think?
I don't know. Well, one, I want Zach to come back.
Okay, right.
He's very
Purple
funny.
soda. I was like, what is with this kid? He's in her fridge. I was waiting for his whooping, but yeah. Anyway,
I know, but he's really funny. And
So
then,
good.
can White Collar meet the cast of Blackish, please?
Ooh, I like that. Okay, so that's a shout out for White Collar. Okay, so we got that here from Yara. All right. So we'll be tweeting out after.
Thank you.
I like that. You're like, thanks,
it's the
get
last
that.
6 episodes of White Collar.
You're right. It's the last season.
I know. It's so sad.
It's depressing. Okay, so this is our shout out. You have 6 episodes, and in between that, if you can check out Blackish, that'd be great.
Yes.
Awesome. So now we get into a little bit about more of you and what's your guilty pleasure right now?
My guilty pleasure? Chocolate? I think it's always my guilty pleasure, though.
So it's not, I don't even feel like it should be guilty. It's chocolate.
But the extent that I go to, it's a guilty pleasure. It's one of those things where I have to text my mother. I'm like, where'd you hide the chocolate chips? I need them. I'm about to pass out.
I could really imagine her texting like ... stale face. No. That's hilarious. Is your mom a huge texter?
Yeah, we'll text back and forth. It's cool. She's a really hip parent. It's really cool.
She has got to be. I mean, she's raising 3 stars. So, you know how that is. That's awesome. So what's a show that you would want to guest star on?
Oh, gosh.
Besides Scandal. I'm like, okay, you can't include that.
Okay. Well, I love detective shows.
Ooh, okay.
It gets real.
You should do Law and Order.
Law and Order SVU, and it's like 17th season or something
it's
crazy.
Unreal. It's unreal. I'm like, this show, it's like Grey's Anatomy, but yeah.
I know, it's crazy. Like, that's really great writing to be able to go for 16 seasons.
16 seasons. So, should we say SVU would be the one, or what's another show?
SVU. I love, Royal Pains, White Collar. White Collar is my favorite show.
That's a good one.
I think USA Network is
it's
my
just
network.
Like, yeah, I got you. Okay. That's definitely a similarity because I'm always watching the shows, and if it's not ABC, NBC, or it's USA, I mean, those are just,
I think those are my main channels.
Awesome. I love it. Yeah, DirecTV. Thank you. So, okay, you are from Minneapolis. Do you ever get to go back and head to Mall of America? Because that's my obsession.
See, I don't go to Mall of America much.
Okay.
But I go every year. I go to the Corn Festival.
Okay, that's even better.
Yeah,
All
Corn Festival and State Fair, Minnesota State Fair.
Nice.
I think those are my two favorite, and then I still have my grampy out there.
Okay, cool.
And then we'll take those 7-mile bike rides around Lake Harriet.
Not cool.
I like it.
I'm like, that sounds stressful. It might not
nice.
be. That's all. So is he's only family back there, or is there other family?
Well, I have uncle, aunts. There's a lot of people still there.
Okay, cool. So once a year. That's awesome.
We try and make it at least once a year, and then they'll come out to California for the nice winter weather.
That's cool. Okay. So what are you doing when you're not working on scripts or working on homework or in speech and debate? Right. What's kind of your daily routine?
I like to travel a lot.
Fun.
So I know it's a big thing in our family. I went to Dubai. I just came back from Jamaica from a service project. I helped doctors in Negril and 9 Mile.
That's awesome.
Then what else do? We like a lot of traveling. We like a lot of eating. Eating's a big thing in our house. We have the garden. The garden's the one thing that we tend to. And my father, he'll send us emails. He's like, sorry I can go grocery shopping for you, but I pruned the tomatoes, so you'll be good.
Do you have a favorite restaurant?
Favorite restaurant? I love Speranza.
Ooh, okay.
Speranza's great Italian.
Cool.
I want to go to Giorgio Baldi because...
Where's that?
Santa Monica, I think. But my parents have been talking about it, and they haven't taken me yet.
I'm like, stop talking and just let's make the drive.
Yeah, I think Persian food, Rafi's is my favorite.
It's so funny. You're so young, and I'm like asking you, do you have a favorite restaurant? And most people would be like, yeah, I love Mickey D's, Jack in the Box, because it gets me where and you're saying things. I'm like, I don't think other people know. I love that. That's awesome. So the family's full of foodies.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
Yes, a lot of foodies.
That's really funny. So do you guys have a specific type of food as well, or just kind of you try everything?
Oh, we kind of try everything. I know yakitori and Korean barbecue.
Girl,
really
I can't.
Big.
Look at this girl. Oh my gosh.
That's really big in our household. Then Persian food, of course. I'm half Iranian, half Arab.
Right.
Iran.
That's so
I
awesome.
think a lot of tedik, which is like golden rice with lentils and tomato. Oh,
you eat lentils?
It has my heart.
Wow, I'm so impressed right now. I just started eating lentils 2 months. I'm 24. Anyway, that's awesome. Oh my God, that's so really cool. So where's the next place you would like to travel?
I've always wanted to go to Greece.
Okay.
I'm really big into Greek mythology. I've loved it. When I was little, I had this like huge Dolores book of Greek mythology in one hand and like Grimm's fairy tales in the other.
Okay.
So I've been to Italy, I've been to England, just went this month, and I would love to go to Greece.
That's awesome. And I know you said you're a humanitarian. So what's another place maybe you want to do a service project?
Well, I know I definitely want to go back to Jamaica. Then we were thinking things more local, just helping out in the city. So we've been giving out not gift bags, but just little care packages throughout, and we'll have them in our car so that we'll hand them out whenever we see anybody.
Is there a project one day that you want to maybe start on your own?
Well, I really would like to have some sort of organization or a way to donate to multiple places, because that's one thing that we always do in our family, where it's like every year we choose one organization and we'll donate in our family's name for Christmas. It's like, and so I'd like a way to combine something or like let people know of the multiple opportunities that they have to give back.
Nice. That's awesome. Okay. So in your career, you have been able to dabble in so many different things. What was it like working on Scandal?
Scandal was pretty amazing.
Like that, I mean, because I remember seeing on your Twitter, it said young Olivia Pope, and I was like, oh, that's funny. And then I actually watched it, and I was like, she's actually the young Olivia Pope. That wasn't just a joke. That was so awesome. So what was that like?
I think it was a lot of fun. Young Olivia Pope is a lot like me in the way where, like, for the audition, I went in with the biography I was reading. I think I was reading Lincoln's biography. And I just went in and they taped me being Yara. And then I went on set and they taped me being Yara some more.
Right. And you're
I
just
was
Yara
listening to Michael Jackson. I think it was really fun. It was cool. And I mean, the actors that I got to work with were amazing.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I don't get to work with Kerry Washington because I'm her flashback.
Right.
Unless some time travel stuff happens.
Right. And then y'all actually, it would be so weird though if you guys were actually like together in a scene, because it's like,
I know.
you're the young version of me. And
I've done that before though.
Really?
I've done a
Where?
flashback. I think I was in an episode of Cold Case.
Okay.
And the flashback was with the older version.
How was that?
It was cool. I
Yeah.
mean, it was like some crazy, like, it wasn't time travel. I forget what it was,
Yeah.
but somehow we ended up in a room together.
That's so funny. So what, I mean, do you have a certain type of genre you like to play most? I know you said you like detective, but do you care for comedy more? Do you care for more, romantic stuff or?
I like comedy and drama equally as much, I think. I think they're just so different. And I love watching detective shows, but then I love like being on Blackish. Blackish has just been so much fun. Just
Sure.
the amount of laughter on set. And then I like the challenge of drama and like pulling from different emotions and context and stuff. I think they're both fun challenges.
Right. What's a way you overcome some of those challenges? Like, how do you really get into that place where you're like, okay, I can actually do this scene? Or when you get on set, do you hang out with everyone and then get together, or you kind of stay to yourself and then decide, okay, I'm going to go in and do my scene?
Well, depending on what it is, like what the scene is. If it's a family scene, then we're always like making sure it's cool to connect, and then we'll run through the script all together just to make sure that we have the dynamic and that we're responding to people instead of just saying lines.
Right.
But then for like dramas and stuff like that, it's definitely like looking at the context behind the script and really creating a character and a backstory, even if it's not written about. And then going into your little space and then just making sure that you can still connect with everybody else in your scene, so it's not just like, hi, my name is Yara. And
ooh, that's so interesting. So with your brothers, what kind of stuff are they more into?
They dabble themselves. My littlest brother, Hassan, who's 6.
Yeah.
He is in commercials. And
He's a little model. Yeah. That little boy is a little model. I saw the picture. I was like, so adorable. What's going on?
I know. But he was actually in the commercial. Him and my mom were in the commercial right after Blackish.
That's hilarious. What commercial was it?
It was a Target commercial, and they were making mac and cheese.
That's really funny.
So Blackish ended, and then all of a sudden they were on the screen.
I told you I skipped all the commercials, so I didn't see that. Dang it, DVR.
Yeah, now you have to go back and watch that
okay,
one.
definitely I will.
And then my middle brother, Saeed, who's 11, we've actually worked together in comedy and drama. We were Samuel L. Jackson's kids in Unthinkable.
Yeah, okay.
And he dabbles a lot in either one, or he's really good in both. His comedy
cool.
though is funny. He's he's so funny.
For that 11-year-old, that's awesome. Do you prefer, or I guess, would you want some things more in the future where you guys are all working together, or do you kind of want to keep that stuff separate?
No, I think it's really fun to work with them. I mean, when we've done commercials or even shows and movies in the past, it's been a lot of fun. The one thing is it's hard to hold it together when he's on set, because then it's just a ton of tomfoolery, and then there's like, oh, where did they go? Where did the Shahidi kids go?
Right. That's so fun.
And then it's like, why'd they raid Crafty? There's no chocolate left.
Like, what's actually happening right now? So tell me a little bit about the backstory. So I know where are you from, and kind of what makes Yara who she is?
Well, I'm literally from Minnesota, Minneapolis, Minnesota.
Okay.
I still have a little, I say my O's weird.
Okay. Interesting. Yeah, okay. So, okay.
Half Iranian, half black.
Okay. So very blackish.
Yes, I am literally blackish.
Right.
I have relatives all over the place. I think what makes Yara is that my parents have given me this wonderful opportunity to really explore everything. I mean, when it comes to even religion, just really understanding different religions, being that I have a Muslim family, and then I have Catholic family, and then I don't think anyone's practicing, but it's still like really exploring. Like I have the Quran, and then I have the Bible, and then I like really am into Hinduism, just like learning about that, and then just learning about different cultures and really accepting just people for who they are and understanding everybody's backgrounds.
Well, your parents, hats off to them. I mean, it's very hard. I mean, especially in 2014, I was definitely telling a friend of mine that it's really hard to raise kids and in the industry and still have them be grounded. So it's so awesome that you're so young and kind of already have it down packed.
Yeah, I love my parents.
Shout out to the shout out to the 25-year-olds who have no idea how to do this yet. Like, y'all need to fix your lives. Anyway, hopefully they'll learn from you. Tell me about the wardrobe on set, because I'm a wardrobe person. I was watching your look yesterday, and I wasn't sure. I was like, is this Yara or is this her character?
Well, this is definitely Zoe. Yara's on the preppier side. I just realized I referred to myself in third person. I'm on the preppier side. I love my high tops though, and the shoes that they have Zoe in. Like, I just got the gold Nikes that she wears them later.
Right.
Zoe wears them later. But oh my goodness, like there have been so many times where it's like, okay, going to this store for that.
I was gonna say, I'm like, don't you just take them from set, or what happens?
I can't. Though.
Dang,
it's really sad. I'm like, don't be surprised if anything's missing.
Yeah, prepare them now.
It was me. But Zoeys Wardrobe is so cool. It's like playing dress up because then she's really spunky. She has a lot of character jewelry, a lot of big necklaces, chains, super cool.
Yeah.
And then they always go to the craziest places and they find the coolest things. So I'm like, wait, I went to that store and did not see that. But then wardrobe is so amazing on the show.
Yeah. So are you a little bit involved in that, or do they kind of bring it all to you?
Well, they definitely bring a lot of options, and then they really like my opinion on not really big into this pattern, or oh, I really like these two together, or like the skirts and high tops. Those are like Zoe's go-to.
Right. I mean, because seriously, one of the scenes where you had like that huge shirt on, and it was like all these necklaces. I was like, she looks really cute. Is that her clothes? Like, I was not sure. So that's pretty cool. Mm-hmm. So besides being a foodie, are you a huge shopper too?
Online shopper.
Ooh, what sites?
Guilt.
Tell them. Ooh,
and,
okay.
My Habit are two of my favorite things. And then I don't really follow designers or certain stores. It's more of pieces. So if, like, I love blazers, vests. Absolutely love high tops.
You love blazers already? This girl is so impressive, you guys. I cannot handle it. I'm like, I love blazers. Okay, so we're sisters. Got it.
And then I'm the kind of person who wears her school uniform outside of school. So
right,
I have like my Brooks Brothers school skirt.
That is really funny. What did people at school think about that?
It was funny because I went to Oxford for the month and my friends were helping me pack, and they're like, you have to be the really cool American and you have to like show them all these cool things. You have to be like really hip and cool. I'm like, I'm gonna wear my Oxford shoes and knee-high socks and a
really
skirt.
Relevant, right?
And she was like, why?
Try to fix that up a little bit. So who influences your style, would you say?
I think a lot of people do. I really pull from what I see just on the streets and stuff like that.
Right.
So if I'm like, oh my gosh, that is such a cute dress.
Right.
Where do I find something like that?
Yeah.
And then my brother does. My shoe game, it's all inspired by my brother. Because his high top collection.
Love it.
His high top collection is something else.
So where does he shop?
He goes to the craziest little places. He'll go to like boutiques and stuff, but he'll find a pair of shoes online. Then he'll stalk those shoes until he can find his size. So he's been ordering things from like Asia that like limited edition only released there.
I am so impressed.
Then my cousin, Nasir, his clothing is dope, and then he always helps my brother choose his shoes, so indirectly he's helping me choose my shoes.
Nice. So it's like kind of fun up top and then hip down at the bottom. Mm-hmm. Love it. Okay, cool. Do you have any favorite LA spots?
Shopping
and food.
Oh,
well, I know you mentioned Santa Monica, but do you have any other ones?
Where do I like to go? Speranza is like Silver Lake area. Mm-hmm. Then I love Persian food in general, so anywhere you can get Persian food.
Yeah, I haven't. And it's funny that you said that because I don't feel like I've dabbled as much into it.
It's really good. I know it takes a lot of people to get to it in the first place and even try it. But once they try it, a lot of my friends that have taken a Persian food at first, like, no, not too sure about it. But then they're like, oh my gosh, when are we going back?
Nice.
And then they'll be like, oh, so you have Persian food in your lunch, I see.
Again.
Yes. And then Suit Bull Jeep is my favorite Korean barbecue place.
Okay.
I like Zara. Zara's a good blazer place for me.
It really
I like
is. Zara and Yara hanging out, doing their thing.
When I was little, I tried to mention that. I thought like I could get free clothes if I mentioned the fact that my name was Yara. So when I was 7, I'd be like, Zara Yara.
And they were like, ma'am, are you checking out or what?
Yeah.
That's hilarious. Okay, cool. So you're not even doing the Forever 21 anymore.
No, not so much.
Again, impressed.
Not so much.
Wow.
Getting into Topshop though. Topshop is pretty cool.
Topshop's amazing. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. I love it with my high-waisted stuff.
I love it. Okay. So Zoe, we have a whole season where we're going to get to know her. Tell me a little bit about what we're planning to see with her and just her character in general.
Well, I know in the first episode she's on her phone a lot.
Yes.
Luckily, you get to see a little more of her personality. And what you really get to see is her dual personality, because she's completely different around her family than she is around friends. To the point where it's like she'll be like screaming on the phone with one of her friends in excitement. Then she'll go to her mom and be like, I'm not really feeling well. So you really get to see her personality and how different she is without her phone, and like how much drama there is going on at school. I can't really give anything away, but she gets involved in a few things. There's a lot of craziness.
Does Zoe have a boyfriend?
I can't say that.
Dang it. I'm like, she has a man, doesn't she?
Can't
Okay.
say that. You have to keep watching.
We will. Okay, cool. So we have Zoe getting a little bit more of the family, and we're seeing her in her, you said, interaction with her parents, or
Yeah, a lot of family dynamic, and then just she has a great relationship with Pops. Her and him are really witty.
I saw the dab.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, that was hilarious. It was like so perfectly timed, right? Dab.
Yes.
Like, what's going on? That was awesome.
And then definitely like family relationships. There's one episode where she actually tries to help her brothers out.
Look at her.
Go Zoe, go.
Right. So, okay, how much is Zoe like Yara?
We're pretty different. Just because I'm the kind of person who forgets her phone, and then it's like, Yara, you need to have your phone on you. Trying to call you for an hour.
Right.
So I'm not so much on my phone. I am into social media, and I like all of Zoe's confidence and spunk when it comes to her wardrobe. I wear a uniform at school, so I don't get to do all that. But we're different. I'm the kind of person who listens to podcasts and reads.
Wow. Love it. Okay. And Zoe doesn't?
Not so much.
Right. Who did you learn the most from on set?
I think we kind of learned from all of them, just
Okay.
because I think they're all great separately, but then seeing them work together and just being able to like hit those connections, and then being like, would Rainbow really be saying this to Dre? And then they would change their conversation based on their relationship and how they've established their characters.
That's good. So where were you when you found out that you were getting this part?
Where was I? Huh.
Probably at a Parisian restaurant, but
No, I was waiting. I was waiting because I knew when they were going to announce it.
oh, okay. Wow.
So then I knew, I knew when they were going to announce it. I was just after school. I got really excited, and I ran over all the couches in my house.
Ooh.
And then I picked my brother up, and I gave him a really big hug, and then dropped him accidentally. Oops, I was really excited. I'm sorry, Saeed.
Hopefully, right. So before that, what was the audition process like? Was it a couple different takes? Did you have to go in a couple times? Were you confident as soon as you left, or did you weren't sure?
Well, I went to the producer session first, and that was really cool. I loved the sides for Zoe, and it was before we actually got to see the full script, so I didn't really know what it was about. And it was called the Untitled Anthony Anderson and Kenya Barris Project. So I didn't really know like what it was going to be like, stuff like that. And so I went in the first time, and I forget who was in the room, but there were quite a few people in the room. And it was a little nerve-wracking. I always get just a little bit of butterflies before. Like, as soon as I get the first line out of my mouth, then I'm cool.
Right.
But before that, I'm just like, ooh, what am I going to start off with? How am I going to sit? Am I going to stand? Like, what am I going to be doing? All that sorts of stuff. But then once they got it out, and then they gave me they were like, oh, yeah, that's a really great option. Why don't we try it this way? So then we played around in the room, and it was really fun just because I just got to, challenge myself and try a few different things. And then I came out of the room pretty confident. And then the second time, I actually went into the audition with Anthony Anderson.
Oh, fun.
And it was a lot of fun meeting him.
Right.
And it was really great. It was a lot of laughing. So there are a few takes that we had to cut out and just focus.
It's like, okay, we're not even looking at the script anymore.
And I think we actually walked in wearing the same shoes in different colors.
That's really funny. Your shoe game is on point. Nice. I love it. So what's your regimen before an audition? How do you really get ready and kind of go in prepared?
Well, I think there's one thing to memorize the lines, but then
Right.
also really giving them a life of their own. So understanding who the character is, and if there are things like if a line just doesn't feel right, just if it's like adding little ad libs of your own, or just really creating the character so that the producers or the director can really see who you imagine the character as, and
Nice.
So it's definitely like putting context behind it. So just making sure that Zoe's not this one-dimensional girl who's always on her phone, but that she actually has a personality, and that you can actually see that she's witty and funny and all sorts of stuff like that.
They're very cool. So is there somebody in the industry that you would love to work with, male and or female?
A ton.
Of course.
Denzel Washington,
Love
Queen
it.
Latifah.
Ooh,
I've
I'm
been saying her
saying
for
this.
years.
Ooh, I'm seeing that. I'm seeing that. Maybe not
Yay.
together. I was like, they wouldn't date. That's weird. Okay, yeah. So Denzel Washington, Queen Latifah, awesome.
Saoirse Ronan's a great actor, and
Love
I
it.
loved her in Lovely Bones, even though I was kind of freaked out when I watched it because I didn't realize what I was watching until halfway through.
Right.
Angela Bassett. I think there are a lot of people.
Ooh, love it. think I really want this Queen Latifah thing to happen. As soon as you said that, I'm like, I'm looking at this.
Let's
could
make
work.
this happen.
So we have a lot. Okay, so white collar, y'all need to get on this.
Yes.
Queen Latifah, hey girl, what's up? You need to get on this. Okay, who else? Do you have a top 5 kind of favorite male actors and favorite female actors that you admire?
I haven't created a top 5 yet. I think it's really into like what I'm watching now and then just what I'm seeing in the media and stuff like that. Colin Firth is definitely one of my favorites because I just watched Pride and Prejudice.
Nice. Okay.
And I love Mr. Darcy in the book.
Good stuff. Yes, that was good. Okay.
I think I quoted him in my Mother's Day card.
What? Your mom? Did you give him the credit though, or did you just quote it and that was it?
No, I quoted Pride and Prejudice, Mr. Darcy.
Okay.
And then I put the page number. And
exactly where it was.
I did parenthetical citations.
Look at you doing school for Mother's Day. That's awesome. Your mom should be very impressed.
She just shook her head and laughed.
Right. Wow. That's awesome. Okay. So I guess I'm really nervous to see what's happening next episode, and I'm kind of mad you're not giving me any details, but I guess I will calm down. It's okay. I just really want to know what's happening with Junior and this field hockey thing, because I know he said he wants to touch boobs, which I was like, okay. But it was funny. It was perfect timing, and it made sense of why he wanted to play field hockey. So can your brothers, do they see that and kind of laugh and relate when they're watching the show?
Yeah, I think our entire family really relates. Now, our characters don't exactly match the characters on the show.
Sure.
But in real life, we go through the exact same problems. And I think really any family can relate to a lot of the problems, especially in the next few episodes, just the kind of things, because it deals with a lot of family matters, that struggles that family have. Like when your kids are not paying attention to you, what are you going to do?
That's awesome. So what's one thing, a secret that most of your fans wouldn't know about you?
A secret? Ooh.
I'm like, tell us. You're right.
I'm trying to think. I don't keep many secrets.
You don't keep any secrets?
I don't keep many secrets.
I'm like, okay, yeah. Let's clarify. I'm like, there are secrets.
I have no secret. I think it would.
I'm like trying to get it out with her eyes.
At all times, I have a bag of chocolate chips in my room hidden. I think they're in my drawer right now. They're in like one of my clothing
Mom, you
drawers.
heard her. Take them out now.
No, please don't. But I always have like a bag of chocolate chips in my room, and they all disappear within like a matter of a few days.
Are you like a Chips Ahoy person?
No.
Oh, thank God.
Trader Joe's chocolate chips.
Okay, good. I like that.
Semi-sweet.
Okay, good.
Yeah, I think just in general, I'm a foodie. I'm a really serious foodie.
So Oreos, no?
Not a big Oreo fan. I love baking though.
Oh, wow. Okay, what's your favorite thing to bake?
There's this shortbread. There's like a pie shortbread thing where it's like a shortbread bottom with homemade caramel. And
homemade caramel?
Yes, and then chocolate hardened on top.
Right there.
Okay.
Go and keep that. Yeah. Okay. So homemade chocolate. Got it. Okay, so I'll be stealing that from her people. All right, cool. I'll be bringing that in the studio. So are you usually baking with family, friends?
Well, a lot of my friends know that there's gonna be some sort of sweets going on when they come to my house, because I have a Cupcake Wednesday. Confection Co-op.
Love that. What? We need to make that a holiday, people. Okay.
I know. Confection Co-op has like a salted caramel. Or what I'll do is I'll take salted caramel ice cream and then put a cinnamon muffin right on top.
Where are you getting cinnamon muffin? I can't.
Confection Co-op.
Cinnamon.
Right off of Highland. And it.
Ooh, I'm tripping. I
love it.
I need to pause on Chipotle and change up my ways.
But all my friends know, like, one of my friends, whenever we, like, drive back from school and my mother's taking us back, then she always knows, she's like, oh, we have to stop somewhere. But we always stop somewhere different. So Sweets for the Soul, which is right by my school, too.
Nice.
Oh, my goodness. But they're like, come on, you never tell us. So, like, they think that they're going to be getting home around 3. Now we're going to show up around 4 with, like, a dozen cupcakes and ice cream.
That is too funny. I can't believe, wow, okay. So I need to change my ways just a little bit. So where do you want all your fans to find you and keep in touch with you throughout this season?
I think definitely on Twitter. I'll be doing a lot of live tweeting throughout the episodes, so I'll make sure to respond. And then Instagram is one of the things that I'm always on.
Are you a huge selfie person?
I'm perfecting my selfie slowly, learning
tough.
from Zoe.
It's tough.
Yeah, I know. I was just criticized on my selfie lately. They're like, Zoe wouldn't do this. Zoe wouldn't know how to take selfies.
Okay, but Yara, she's got to learn a little bit. I get it, because I'm like, it's not easy. You got to get the light and everything.
And I'm kind of short, so then when I'm trying to take selfies with other people, it's just problematic.
It's tough.
Yeah.
Okay, so make sure you guys support her on Instagram and Twitter. If you got to leave advice, it better be nice. Teach her about the selfie ways, because I understand it can be a little tough.
If you have any techniques,
right, let me know. This has been an episode of Next with Yara. This was so amazing. It was a pleasure to meet you, sweetheart.
Thank
you.
You
guys make sure to tune in to Blackish every Wednesday at 9:30 Pacific time. And make sure you tweet us about what you think about the show, her character, and everything else that is Blackish. I'm your host, Stacy Ike, and you guys can find me on Twitter and Instagram at OneTakeStace. Until next time, we'll see you soon.
Where can we find you on Twitter?
At Real Yara Shahidi.
Real Yara Shahidi. The real one, y'all. That's it.
Yes.
Got it.
Producers Maria Menounos, Dario Kristen, Tiana Hobson, Kevin Undergaro, and the entire BHL crew, we would like to thank you for supporting Black Hollywood Live, the first online broadcast network dedicated to African American entertainment. For questions and comments, contact us at info@blackhollywoodlive.com. Like us on Facebook, tweet us, or Instagram us at BHL Online. And I'm your BHL announcer, Scipio. Instagram me at Planet Scipio. Thank you for tuning in.
The views expressed here are those of the host only and do not necessarily reflect the views of BHL or its owners or principals.